Good morning. I know the lighting isn't perfect because the thingies that I brought are still in the box and I'll work on that, but it's coffee time, okay? I can't think about anything else in this very moment except for a little dibble dabble of some fuel for this morning. So, good morning, and I hope that y'all slept well. I hope that you are kicking off your day the right way. We slept in a little bit, which feels pretty dang good. We're in the mini Pearl and we're having a cool, calm, collected little morning here. And I thought I would hang out with y'all. But first, coffee. Okay, so give me a second here. I have a little bit of a confession that I only brought one regular coffee cup for me. I did not add an additional open coffee cup for Lester. So I have them. I have thermoses. I have like tumblers. He's gonna have his coffee whenever he surfaces, but only one regular coffee cup. Don't send any. We have plenty at home. It was just something I forgot to put into the RV. All right, maybe I can pull this video light together so we don't look so rough as well. I think it's this one. While that brews, it takes a little bit of time. That water's cold from the fridge, so heating that little thing up is sometimes a bit of a challenge. I wonder if this thing has to charge first. Probably should have thought about that a little bit before. Oh, that's fancy. So good morning. Good morning, and sorry the lighting is so something today. It feels good to be off work for 2 days. Kind of excited about that. Okay, I'm super excited about that. That is a rare happening. Does it go like this? I think it does. It must charge. Must charge first. Fail. Jamie Walker, fail. We went to dinner last night. We ate at a really neat little place. I made a video of it because somebody did something big last night. Like real big. Okay, we're charging that. Like I kind of still can't believe it happened, if I'm being real with you. Those were fabulous. And I like regulars, but these came fixed and they were good. And we just had a good time. I have to laugh because I had this vision of like what a certain part of New Orleans was going to look like, and in my head, and when we got there, it was not. And we ended up like on the other side of town when we took the cab or the Uber. And we got on the interstate to get there. I was like, this feels wrong. I didn't anticipate that. No, we ended up in a neighborhood with a few little stores. Now the stores were cute, but it turns out that street was 6.5 miles long. And I think we probably walked 2 miles of it. And I finally looked at Lester and I was like, we were in neighborhoods. We were like in closed up shop areas and people walking their dogs and running. And I was like, let's just Uber back. This doesn't feel right. So we Ubered back to the area that we knew, which was the French Quarter. We did a little bit of browsing there, not a lot. Mostly we came back to have dinner and just be directional. We had a few drinks, which was nice. I finally got to have my draft beer, which was so good. I haven't had a draft beer in years. And it was, I know that sounds really silly, but it was delicious. And they were just the little, I think 12-ounce cups, maybe 10-ounce cups. So I had 2 of those. I feel fine today. We were back here, and I think we were in bed by 8:30 last night in the mini Pearl beds. And I have to tell you that no matter how fancy the hotel, no matter what, there's nothing that feels the same as my own pillow, step one. But these beds are crazy comfortable. I'm eager to hear how he slept and how he feels about the beds. He's taller than I am, so it may not be nearly as comfortable for him. Like he may feel very squeezed in. But I put extra mattress pads on, like a mattress topper on the mattresses that came with it. So they went from like the mattresses that come on this, they're only like this big. I doubled that with a cooling memory foam. To me, it is the most cozy, comfortable. Of course, I hate to admit this to y'all. Y'all are going to think horrible things about me. I'm a bit of a sheet snob and a blanket snob. I like a little bit of weight. I like my sheets to feel cold, and I like them to be like smooth. So all of that plus the coolness of the Mini Pearl last night was just for me the perfect sleeping combination. I'm sure those 2 beers helped as well. But I came back and I showered and the water was hot. Or I don't want to complain, but the water at the hotel didn't get very hot. And while it wasn't a bath, it just wasn't hot. So getting back here to shower last night, I washed my hair and I feel brand new today. So, y'all, Jeff might not have gone live this morning. I think Mary and Jada might be leaving this morning. So hopefully everything is okay. We'll check in and see how things are going. But nonetheless, they do not have to go live. Or maybe they made a video late last night. It's okay. Totally okay. We are expecting a pretty rainy day here today. I actually thought it was going to start much sooner this morning, but right now the radar is going kind of above us. So I'm okay with that. It's still cold and nasty here. But we have indoor plans today, which I'm really excited about. Hang on. Time for coffee, y'all. Cheers, y'all. Regular home coffee this morning, even though it's not home, it's Mini Pearl home. Still good. It's not nothing fancy, just regular. This is Donut Shop with French vanilla creamer. I have Lester's Folgers sitting out for whenever he gets up. Oh, that's good. Oh, I forgot to cheers you. Cheers this morning to you. Y'all probably already had coffee and have your day going. I'm slacking because today's a day off. So good. Like this right here. I know I say it to y'all all the time when I'm in here. I'm like, I love this. Last night, we got the TVs working for the first time. I have had them unplugged since Steve and I had the weird 2 a.m. TVs turn on thing. If you don't know about that in Alabama, we were sleeping and the TVs turned on by themselves together, and I unplugged them and never gave it another opportunity. But last night we set the one up in the bedroom and we watched a movie as we fell asleep, and it was a good movie. I don't even know what it was called, but it was about it had time travel in it and had that there was a world draft. And instead of like the United States draft for a war, it was a world war because we were invaded, but they had to travel back in time. And so everybody that they selected had to be old enough to be alive during that time and travel back. It was crazy. A little sci-fi, a little war combination, but the guy was really good looking. So, it made it good. But I genuinely love the Mini Pearl, and I said it to Lester last night as he went to the hot tub and I came back and showered and we're getting things situated, and he looks at me and he goes, I don't feel like I'm following the Mini Pearl rules as I'm like closing, cleaning up, putting away as I go. And I do it anyway, but this is a very confined space. So if you don't put it away, it'll get out of control really fast. So I'm hanging up towels. I'm doing all of the things. And I just looked at him. I'm like, I just love it. I love my mini Pearl. I want to take care of it. I want it to, not that he wasn't. It's just that he doesn't know where all the things go. And some of the things, like, I don't even keep dirty laundry inside the mini Pearl. I have a laundry basket that I put in the basement, and I go out and I put all the clothes when I'm taking, after I've taken a shower or whatever, they go under there in a laundry basket to make it easier to either do laundry at an RV place like this, or whenever I get home. So he just looked at me like I'm just doing all around him, and he's just like, I feel like I'm breaking all the things. He's not breaking anything. I just do it. And I just looked at him and I said, I just love it. I love it's enough for us. I see all of these other motorhomes here in the RV park, and there's many that are much bigger than ours. In fact, we're the smallest one in here, I'm sure of it. But whenever I look around, everybody has slides and leveling, or they had to back it in with their truck, or just all of those things. And all we had to do was back it in and plug it in. That was it. And there's just something special about that. And that it's complete. I don't even have this slide out. It's completely accessible and has all we need in it. And I look back at our shopping adventures for this, and it was not my first pick, but I'm so glad that we went with it, because I really feel comfortable in it. So anyway, enough mini Pearl talk. Every time I get on here in the mini Pearl, I'm like, I just love the mini Pearl. I do. It's cozy, it's comfy, it's homey, it's has all we need. Lester enjoyed the World War II museum, and yesterday was telling me all the things that he learned in it. And if it is super extra rainy today, we may find ourselves back there this afternoon, but we have other plans this morning I'm not going to tell you about. I'm not loose lips, Lester. But it is indoors, and we're both very excited about this morning. We have to leave here in about 30 minutes, so I won't be live with you too very long, but wanted to check in, say hello, tell you how things are going, see you on this front instead of on Bourbon Street, or, just running around. But we were talking about the museum, and he's like, I just wish that I could bring Lex and Ellie and my dad. He goes, I wish my dad was close nearby, because it was so wonderful from a history standpoint, and just, he learned so much. And he just said that the whole thing is just incredible and powerful. So I told him, I said, then bring your dad and the mini Pearl. Like, over the next couple of months, I will not be able to take this to Illinois. It'll be way too cold. It will put water lines and tanks at jeopardy because of how cold it gets up there, even though it has heaters and things for that. I don't want to risk it. And I also don't want to drive in snow and ice. So I just said, it's probably going to be available for the next couple of months outside of what he and I do with it. Bring your dad. He's like, he won't come to Louisiana. And I said, he went to see Ronnie. Pick up Ronnie on the way. So I don't know if he'll be willing to do that, but I'm putting it out there into the world of my encouragement for them to do that. I think they would have a blast, first of all. But I'm not so sure the mini Pearl would come back in the same pristine condition. There certainly wouldn't be anybody vacuuming around his feet. I know that. No, I do think that they would have a good time, even if they drove here in a vehicle. It's not too far, and stayed in a hotel. But it is an experience, as he said, and I also want to experience it. So the mini Pearl is a very comfortable way to travel, though, and that's where I think that Paul might enjoy that part of it. But either way. Oh, -7 in Minnesota, Denise. My condolences. No, I can't imagine. It has been somewhere between 38 and 40 here at night. And as long as the wind's not going, I can handle it. But when in the wind or if the rain comes too, I'm just like, I got nothing. I got to go in. I feel terrible that this is, Jeff only knows cold Texas. He doesn't know anything about hot or warm Texas at all. So he probably just thinks like, I don't know what they're talking about. It's never hot in Texas. Okay. Um, I just blame the cold on them. I know that much of the country has been in a polar vortex, though, and it has just been a brutal start to, it's not even technically winter yet. We still have like 17 or 16 days before winter actually begins. This is fall. And I swear that the seasons are changing, backing up. Like, it doesn't make sense that this is November. It's usually not this cold in November at all. It's very like people in New Orleans think that the end of the world is coming. They're like, it never gets this cold. We don't know what we're doing. So kind of funny to talk about weather. I know that fancy coffee can be delicious. I have a little bit of coffee grounds right here. Can be very delicious. But there's something about a cup of coffee in your own space that you brewed and just put creamer in, just had it the regular way, holding a legit coffee cup. It didn't come from a carafe. It didn't come from a big old container. Nobody had to froth anything for me. Just good old fashioned drip coffee. In my meetings this week, this was a meeting really to announce to my teammates and to the leadership team about what we will do in the next year and how we'll accomplish the goals. So they send us out our goals and they say, now tell us how you're going to meet them and what you're going to do. And you put together your business plan of how you're going to achieve these goals. And then you're critiqued and offered advice and approved or denied your plans. So this was a very stressful approach, but this meeting is very stressful to get to, but also you're basically selling your work, like you're selling your product, or which is you, and the ability to deliver what they're telling you that must be delivered. And then you're saying like, did you like it? Or did you not like it? And in the room are between 18 and 20 other people who have varying roles and levels doing the same thing. And I've been at this company for 10 years, and my role has changed in those 10 years. But it has been a progressive change. And current state, there are 4 of us at the level that I'm at, and we are directly below the C-suite, so the chiefs. So my title begins with a VP, a vice president. And when you're at the top and you have teams that have varying roles below you, you are also relying on those people to deliver their plans and to meet the expectations. So it's not just about me personally, it's about what the rest of the team looks like as well, because it really is a team sport. I have 2 people on the team, and this is from a national level, who delivered very well. And I knew that they were young people, but I didn't know, I've never asked their age. I didn't hire them personally. And they have been here both right at a year, and they've done really well this year. And in the meeting, they did better than some further tenured people, in my opinion. And they had brilliant ideas, and their approaches were very forward thinking and logical. And I made a joke. Somebody talked about the Muppets, and I said, oh, my favorite Muppet phase is Mana. And the 2 young people went, oh yeah, I've heard that. And the one girl goes, I said, wait a minute, you're too young to hear that. She goes, I said, how do you know that? And she goes, my grandma used to sing it. And I like folded down, like melted down in my chair, because I know it well. It's so too many people on my team, but this girl's telling me that she only knows it because her grandma sings it. She doesn't actually know where it came from. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. And I was like, don't tell me that your birthday starts with a 2. And she goes, it does. She's so young that she was born. Actually, she was born in 2000. And I said, are you the baby in the team? And she said, yes, but he's close. And the other guy was born about 6 months earlier in 1999. So here I'm sitting with a 25 and 26-year-old. And I'm realizing at that point that they are holding their own in a team of all ages on the spectrum. But basically, most of us are above 40. It's very tenured in career, tenured with the company we're at as well. And I had to give them compliments later because they really do not show up as in their 20s. And I mean that not just in the way of them presenting their things in the meetings. I meant that in a way of, we went out to a walking tour dinner where you have cocktails and food and you're mingling and you're showing up and you're interacting with the number one in the company as well. And they were professional throughout the whole thing. They were very mature. The way that they held themselves, the way they put themselves out to the world, I was just so impressed. So I told them that, and they were both like, they both admitted that. One the young lady told me that her parents, from the time that she was 2, they were very social people, and they always had big get-togethers, and she was the only kid there because it was at their house, and she would be talking with adults during that time, and that she actually struggled in school with talking to kids. And I said, it made total sense. It prepared you for your career, and the other young man told me that he grew up being very extremely shy, and that after he got out of high school and went into college, he still was very shy. So he started to put himself in situations where he had to be integrating with people, and how hard that was because it was right around COVID time and all of those things, but he forced himself to do it, and how this job has made him come out of his role because he has to go to hospitals and meet people and talk to people and all kinds of things. And I know that doesn't apply to what we do here and how we hang out and talk, but I've always talked to you about how I fear for the youth of not being able to talk to people because we live in a text world. We live in a message behind a screen or behind a phone world. And to watch 2 25 and 26-year-olds put themselves out there very maturely and connect with the world just made me have hope for the future, I guess. But yeah, apparently I'm old enough to be, I am old enough to be their mother, but to hear that I relate to her grandmother was a whole new level, and I'll never, ever let her live that down. I'm sure she'll never let me live it down either. But it was a good day and a half conference. But yesterday afternoon, Lester and I just had time, and it was wonderful. I do think that I hurt his knee last night from all of the extra walking. So I hope to make up for that today. But we're going to find ourselves out and about later on. I know that he's going to get up here pretty soon. I felt the mini Pearl just have a shuffle. So I think that he's probably hearing my voice and probably starting to wake up. So yeah, you're right, Amy. He's been walking since day one. He can't blame me for yesterday. You're absolutely right. Someone sent me pictures of Lester on the street cam and video on the street cam in New Orleans. Oh boy, I see movement. So, babe, I'm live. If you're in your underwear, don't You're facing me? Yeah, hang on a second. I'll face the camera. Here we go. There we go. It's not facing you anymore. So he was one time just walking on the street with his camera up, and then there was another time where he's looking at a street performer videoing them, and he's like circling them in the street. I did not know that there were street cams. I mean, you know that there's street cams. I didn't know that the public could watch them, and that makes it hilarious. We should have done a contest of some sort of who could find Longhorn Lester on Bourbon Street, but we missed that opportunity. It was absolutely hilarious that he was found, and he was like the only person out in both of those shots, which is even funnier. We did walk a little bit on Bourbon Street last night, and it's not really for us. Like nightlife on Bourbon Street, not really our jam. It's very loud, and even though it was only a Wednesday night. Hi.
Hey.
How you feeling, babe?
Good.
Yeah. You want a coffee?
What? I may. Do we have some? You a hot tub or not?
You have 15 minutes.
Oh, that all?
Yeah. I could probably let you go for 20.
I'm fine.
You sure? Lester really likes the hot tub here. He said, like, I felt it yesterday morning.
Is it open this early?
Let me look. Hang on 1 second, y'all. That is a good question. 7 a.m. Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Yesterday morning we felt the water before we left, and I was like, it's warmish, but it wasn't hot. At least it didn't feel that way. So I opted to not do it. I wanted a really hot shower. But don't forget a towel if you're gonna go.
And then I need the code too. 2378.
No. Yes.
2378. Okay.
Yeah. You have to use one that's hanging up on the wall. Your wet one is on the door.
Okay.
He let his towel fall in the hot tub last night. Uh-oh, Jeff and Mary got in our hot tub at home last night, they said.
Oh, good.
That'll be good. I hope they liked it. I have extra towels. I don't want him to take it to the hot tub. I can't believe he's opting out of coffee, though. I'm not. You watched him to go into the Penthouse Club. Did you go live last night?
No.
Oh. Be careful, baby.
Okay.
You got Crocs right there.
I got
Jeff finally figured out how to turn the bubbles on. Oh, goodness. His knee hurts, I could tell. That's why he's wanting to go in there this morning. I feel bad because it hasn't hurt him in so long. And now it's bothering him again. He walked a lot. Yesterday, I'll probably put him through. I don't know. It's all adding up, I'm sure. Just hoping that hot tub this morning, and then we're gonna take it easy today. It's supposed to rain the whole day. It's not raining here yet, but nonetheless. No, what I said, he did go into a gay piano bar. What I was saying, though, is that what I whispered to you was, I have 2 more towels. I don't want him to take him to the hot tub, because what he does is he puts it on the arm, and then he'll use it to wipe his face and let it hang over, and then it slowly just like absorbs the water from the hot tub. So last night when he brings the towel back, it is literally like worse than in a washing machine wet. So it's hanging up, and now the whole toilet paper is wet. So I'm like, so I have 2 fresh towels in here that I will absolutely keep for showers only. He can have the other 2 for his hot tubbing. The rain is coming. It's pouring west of New Orleans. It looks like it's going a little bit like this. Let me see if it's still doing it. Hang on a second here. Yeah, so I know you can't see this like super well, but it doesn't look good. Okay. See that little dot down there? That's where I'm at. And it's swooping up there. So crossing fingers is kind of going right above us right now. I don't care if it's 1 mile from us. I'm totally down with it just skipping right over us. And it's not snow. So that's a win. I also recognize that it is very hard for him to stay gone this long. I want a opportunity to have some time to do things too, not just yesterday afternoon and this morning. So I'm trying to also realize that it's really hard for him to be gone, and compromise on some of the things that we're doing. I know yesterday he was like, well, we might head home early. And I'm like, I just got out of work yesterday at 12:30. Like, so we'll see. But the non-rain helps because then it's not just sitting in here in the mini pearl. And even if it was, like, it's okay to take a break sometimes. It's good for us to take a break. Anyway, he wasn't drunk. I've only seen him drunk one time in 8 years. He gets tipsy, which is funny. But he is not, he may say that he's drunk, but he's not drunk. So if the weather could hold out, let me show you what I want to do. All right. So I'm a big fan I love me some brochures and paper. Okay. I would love to do the Tabasco factory tour. We both love Tabasco, and it has a grounds tour, which obviously would not be so great. But they have also like their little factory tour, that type of thing. I think that this would be a really fun thing to do if the weather could potentially hold out. This is called the Honey Island Swamp Tour. If the weather could somehow pull it together, I would like to do that. And I don't have to do all of them, but these are on my, like, if I had choices, would like to do. And then this plantation, because it has Oak Alley. I believe that's the one. Yeah, the Oak Alley. It's the Oak Alley and Laura tour, but I only really want to do Oak Alley. I don't need to do all three. There's other airboat adventures. This is something that I thought would actually be fun to do indoors. I didn't get a look of approval, but the New Orleans School of Cooking does daily cooking classes, and they do during the day. They do biscuit from 10 a.m. to 2:30. You can cook biscuit and molasses, gumbo, red beans and rice, cornbread, pecan pie, and praline. And from 2 to 4, it rotates every other day of gumbo, jambalaya, or chicken creole, or etouffee. Like, they have different days. And they're hands-on. There's hands-on or just watch. So there's watch classes up here, and then here's the cook, learn, eat class. How fun would it be to go learn how to cook gumbo? And I think that would be so fun because, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to do something inside. So, like, this is something that's pretty high on the list because it's inside. The other ones kind of require outside things. Those are the biggest things I would love to see. Now, he went and saw part of the cemetery. This city cemetery is something that I'm not opposed to going to see either. And I still want to ride a streetcar. The other thing that I love to do when I go to a city is the hop on, hop off tour bus. So it's a double-decker tour bus that has a tour guide, and you ride around a loop. It tells you about all the parts of town, and you hear about the history, or it's a storyteller basically that's in there, your tour guide. And then you can choose where you want to get off and explore. And when the next bus comes around, you get back on, it'll bring you to wherever else. Is the easiest way to explore any city. I really hope that we're able to do one of those things maybe between today and tomorrow. And the other thing that I can't find a brochure on is something called the French Market, which is a giant market down on the Mississippi River. It looks very fun, and it looks like somewhat vendorish, but with little restaurants and cafes, but it looks to be all covered. So we'll see. But it's all going to depend on that, and see how it goes. I don't intend to come home early. I'm not leaving today or tomorrow. That's what I'll say. I'm not leaving today or tomorrow. I want the same 2.5 days of vacation that he got to have earlier. And I said that before we left, of like, this is a work trip that I want to extend and be able to enjoy too. So, and y'all, if you were watching Sunday Night Live, he's the one who told you this story, because I literally said to him, don't go. If you don't want to go, don't go. But I took off work, and we have both properties covered, and everyone's doing okay. We're still only a few hours if something went wrong, but he let loose and was able to enjoy this, and he needs to do that. So we're going to do it together, and we're going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Totally fine. But he's got we need to leave here about 8:30, 8:35-ish to go be where we're going to do this morning. We'll be done with this part by noon. Imagine we'll come back and find some lunch and figure out what's what. But I appreciate y'all being supportive while we're out of town. This is not to make you choose a side or to encourage him or anything like that. Like, he has been totally like, whatever you want to do, let's do it. He's not none of those things. But when you're doing a whole bunch of walking and getting out and about in different ways than normal, then you're not sleeping in your own bed, and you're not eating, like, you're having a cocktail here or there, and you're not eating the way that you normally eat. Like, it sounds really weird, but sometimes you can get worn out from that, and that's okay. So we're gonna find some things to do, and it may not. This is the other part I was gonna say is, depending upon the weather, we may leave here to go somewhere else too. So, like, don't freak out if you don't see us just in the New Orleans area, because this is the mini borough. We have the opportunity to pack it up and go wherever. Kind of watching the weather. My original plans were that we would leave New Orleans today, but the weather is literally going in all of the places that I had envisioned of going today. So I don't want to drive in that crap, because it's pretty hefty rainstorm, and that sounds miserable. So we're going to find things to do here, watch the weather, see what happens, and enjoy a break together. So I'm going to finish my coffee. I'm going to make the beds and do a little shuffle, cleanup, obsessive vacuuming, and get ready to go here in a bit. But y'all keep your ears pretty. Be sweet and be kind, and know that this has been 2 years since he left. 2 years. And it is hard to leave. So we're going to make the most of it, have a good time, make some memories, and we'll bring you along for it. And I can't wait. I love y'all. I hope you stay warm today, because it seems that might be all of our greatest challenges.
I will talk to y'all later today.